You open your eyes, but there's a problem. You're Athena, goddess of wisdom. And in the next 15 minutes, you won't be facing titans or monsters. You'll be facing something far worse. Other people's stupidity. Before you even get out of bed, you already feel that pressure in your temple. It's not pain. Gods don't feel pain. It's worse. It's the sensation that someone's about to do something monumentally stupid, and guess who's going to have to clean up the mess? You adjust your aegis on your shoulder and brace yourself for another day as the cosmic babysitter of Olympus. You barely set foot on the floor, and you already hear it. A mortal praying, desperate. Oh, great Athena, goddess of infinite wisdom, I need your divine guidance. You perk up. Finally, an interesting philosophical problem. Should I plant tomatoes or cucumbers in my garden? I need to stop you right here. Tomatoes or cucumbers? This guy just invoked an Olympian goddess born from Zeus's head, the strategist of wars, to ask about vegetables. But you know the worst part? You're going to answer, because otherwise he'll keep praying for 3 hours, and you have important things to do today, like preventing Ares from starting another world war out of boredom. Plant both in alternating rows, idiot, you murmur telepathically, and use organic compost. His radiant gratitude crosses all of Greece. He's going to build an altar now. Great. One more place to attract obvious questions. You're still getting dressed when Hermes appears. Literally appears, because he doesn't understand the concept of privacy. Athena, emergency! You don't even turn around. Let me guess. Aphrodite and Ares got caught again. Hephaestus made a scene, and Zeus wants me to fix it. How did you know? Hermes looks shocked. Hermes, this happens every 3 weeks. I have a calendar. And you really do. Marked in your mind is the exact pattern of when the Olympian family implodes. It's an annoying, dysfunctional clock. At Olympus, the scene is exactly what you expected. Hephaestus forged another magic net and trapped Aphrodite and Ares in front of everyone. Again, Zeus is on his throne with that "why are my children like this" face, which is particularly hypocritical coming from him. Apollo is taking mental pictures. It's the usual circus. Athena, I need your wisdom for this delicate situation, Zeus bellows. Delicate. You look at Ares and Aphrodite hanging there, Hephaestus with the remote control, the audience of gods having fun. You take a deep breath. Hephaestus, let them go. Ares, you're the god of war. Try having some strategy in your personal life. Aphrodite, do this with more class. Hephaestus, invest that energy in something else? Zeus, Dad, half these problems are your fault. Dead silence. I would have stopped there if I were you, but you continue. Poseidon, stop flooding cities just because you woke up grumpy. Dionysus, 3 orgies a week is excessive. Artemis is working overtime because half of you don't know how to manage a domain. Hephaestus releases the net without arguing. Zeus changes the subject. And speaking of solving problems with logic, you notice the pattern here? In the middle of all this chaos, only those who keep their head straight and have the right strategy survive. If you're the type who prefers to be the Athena of your life, someone who seeks wisdom instead of just making noise, you're in the right place. Take advantage now, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell, because here we analyze stories and archetypes so you don't end up trapped in a magic net like Ares. Be smart like Athena. Subscribe right there. Back to Olympus. The morning meeting begins, where immortal gods discuss problems that could be solved with an email. 2 hours later, you're exhausted. Apollo wanted your opinion on which lyre to buy. Demeter asked about plants. Hermes questioned whether he should change his winged sandals logo. You answered everything mechanically because this is your curse. You can't not help even with idiocies. You decide to visit Athens to escape your city. You materialize near the Acropolis, invisible. For 45 seconds, you appreciate the architecture. Ah, civilization. Then you hear it. Oh, Athena, should I sell my amphorae for 2 or 3 drachmas? I need to tell you something. Right now, there's a hero fighting actual monsters somewhere. There's a philosopher having genuine insights. But you're here, being a pricing consultant for pottery. 3 drachmas, discount for 5 or more. Improve the handles. The morning becomes a sequence of consultations that test your immortal patience. Blue or white dress for dinner. Help memorizing text. Warrior asking for a blessing for battle, which is actually a neighbor dispute about a wall. You walk through Athens, invisible, and hear the prayers, all of them, simultaneously. 500 tabs open in your mind. Help me choose a name for my baby. House by the sea or in the mountains. I forgot. Where my sandals are. Sandals. Someone's praying to an Olympian goddess about lost sandals. And the worst part is you know where they are, under the bed, left side, because your mind processes everything automatically. Divine lunch at Olympus. Mistake number 2. Ambrosia and nectar, all heavenly, but the conversation is hell. Ares is bragging about a war he strategically won. You were there. He just had everyone attack while screaming. Aphrodite gives advice that will ruin 3 marriages. Dionysus is already drunk. Athena, Zeus says, I've been thinking about Troy. You drop your fork. Dad, no, Troy was centuries ago. It's over. We moved on. But he continues, was it really the right strategy? That horse, you interrupt, feeling your vein pulse. Wooden horse, it worked. City destroyed, done. Next subject, afternoon. Your temple at Delphi, maybe peace, maybe interesting questions. Nope. The high priest runs up to you. Athena, I urgently need guidance. You get excited. Finally, a moral dilemma. Should we serve red or white wine at the festival? You blink 3 times. Priest, you interpret prophecies, and you're asking about wine? He nods enthusiastically. Very important decision. I swear, if you weren't immortal, you would have died of an aneurysm right there. Red for meat, white for fish, rosé if you want to be fancy. Late afternoon. A general wants war strategies. The war is against rats in the barn. An artisan needs inspiration to make vases. Regular vases, geometric designs. Humans love geometric designs. The sun sets. You're officially exhausted. Not physically. Gods don't get tired. But mentally, spiritually, limit reached. You return to your temple, lock the door, activate the divine seals. 1 hour of peace, 1 hour without idiocies. You arrive, close the bronze doors, and silence. Marble couch, close your eyes, peace, for 3 minutes, because then you remember. Tomorrow is the Olympus Council. Zeus will arrive unprepared. Ares will propose war. Poseidon will throw a tantrum. You look at the ceiling. Stars visible through the opening. For a moment you think, what would it be like to be goddess of something simple? Flowers, birds, ladybugs. Something that doesn't require being constantly responsible for everyone else's competence. But you shake your head. No, you're Athena. Goddess of wisdom, strategy, reason. You stand up, walk to the window. Athens down below. Your city, lit by torches, alive, vibrant. Yes, humans are frequently idiots. Yes, the gods are a dysfunctional family with the maturity of 5th graders. Yes, you're tired, but you know what? Tomorrow they'll need you again. The general will have questions. The merchant will ask about investments. Zeus will do something impulsive. Ares will want to solve everything with violence. And you'll be there, with the answers, with the strategy, with the damn wisdom. Because someone has to be the responsible adult in this pantheon of lunatics. And apparently, that someone is you. Always has been. Always will be. You go back to bed, lie down, close your eyes. Tomorrow, it starts again. The stupid questions, the simple problems, the dysfunctional family, and you'll be ready. Because you're Athena, and being the only competent person in a universe of incompetence, someone's got to do that job. I end by watching you sleep, and I think being the goddess of wisdom is less about having all the answers and more about having the patience to give obvious answers to obvious questions asked by people who should know better. It's a thankless job, but someone has to do it, and tomorrow it starts again, always starts again.